team sessions we've had. This is it's a proud group, and they came out there. They worked really hard today, but defense feels like they have something to prove. I think they're tired of reading that the offense scored 10 touchdowns in the scrimmage on Saturday, and so we didn't go team long today, but I'm glad we didn't because it almost turned into a scrimmage out there. Just a lot of jabbering, a lot of emotion, a lot of celebrating. It was a passionate practice. It was a really positive practice today for number 14. You get into it. I've called you get into 6, 7, 8. You get into those hump days that we talked about, where the excitement of starting is worn off, but you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel yet. Well, we're getting towards the end now, and they are really. I think everything is building up for Saturday scrimmage. I think after watching practice today, it's got an opportunity to be one heck of a doozy Saturday. We're going to do it kind of offense versus defense. We're not going to split the teams. I think we need to get some good work, and it'll be a lot like the scrimmage that we had in the stadium. But I think, like I said, it's going to be a lot more emotional. I'm really looking forward to closing the spring up Saturday night. And at Raymond James Stadium is always fun to get down there and to kind of get into a stadium atmosphere. And for a lot of these guys, it'll be our first opportunity to evaluate Josh Brown and Fidel Montgomery and Ken Durden and a lot of the younger guys with the crowd in the stands, being in Raymond James Stadium and being in a real game-like environment. So it'll be a great evaluation for us, and hopefully we can get a lot done so we can get the depth chart pretty much formulated as we go into summer workouts. But I'm really looking forward to Saturday. It's going to be fun.
What is your main focus for the scrimmage?
We've got to continue to create our depth. I've talked about that. Unfortunately, we've got a couple bumps and bruises and a couple guys that are going to miss it. But to be able to create the depth for those three corners I talked about, for a Rashard Clyde, a Bullock, all these guys that we redshirted, and Eric Lee at defensive end. I mean, a lot of these young guys, to see where they are and whether or not we can count on them right now. We want to get as many reps as we can so we can get an evaluation on where we are with our depth, and I want to stay healthy. I mean, that's one of the biggest things in spring. You just want to try and stay healthy. If we can come out of this healthy and get a good 120 reps, live scrimmage plays, and come out healthy, grow from it, watch from film from there, then it'll be extremely productive spring because the attitude and work habits have been great.
What's ahead for Corey Grissom?
Corey's having surgery tomorrow. He's having his surgery tomorrow. Timetable's very uncertain, but it's kind of a 3-month type of process that he's going through. And you look at a guy like very similar to what a Sterling Griffin went through, but Sterling went through his in July. Corey's going through his in April. I mean, that gives him about a 3-month head start. And where Sterling did his in July and then ended up going through spring practice that next year, hopefully we can get him back. And right now I think the best thing Corey can do is rehab and work as hard as he can, and hopefully we don't have any setbacks, because you don't ever know how everything is going to, the timetable and the healing process. And what they've seen so far from x-rays and the MRIs and those things, they feel like they can go in and it's a pretty clean procedure, and hopefully it'll remain that way and rehab will be as fast as possible.
Are you optimistic? Do you mentally project him being ready, or do you not think?
Right now, timetable without any complications, he should be good to go. He should be ready for the season, which is encouraging and good news. I mean, it's not a 9-month type of surgery, sit out, rehab type of process. When you get into bone, you don't know how ligaments are going to heal. But right now, they're expecting about a 3-month process before he'll be able to really start moving around, doing everything on it. We'll work him in slowly, and hopefully by about the first game is about the timetable, and he ought to be about good.
And in the short term, on the interior?
I mean, next man up. I mean, short-term mindset. Elkina Watson steps up. Todd Chandler steps up. Clavon Nelson, who had a heck of a scrimmage last Saturday, he steps up into the mix. Luke Sager's already there. I mean, we just got to keep working them, and it may give us an opportunity to maybe work our 3-down package a little bit more. Where you take one of your defensive tackles out. We always have that as an option. So you never know. You may get into something like this during the course of a season, and what are we going to do? We've got to look at those same options. I mean, even look at, you take a Ryan Giddens or a Juju Forte with the depth you have at defensive ends right now, Tevin Mims and Juju and Ryan Giddens. You take a look at maybe moving one of those guys inside the 3 technique. So we've got some options right now, and I don't know that we'll exercise them, all of them, for Saturday, but things that are kind of challenging us to think about some other things that if we do get into this problem during the course of the fall.
Skip down to Deontay Wells and his health.
He's doing fine. I mean, there's a possibility for Saturday. Did not practice today. He's got just kind of like a bone bruise. I mean, should be fine. Nothing. It's not ligament or anything like that. It should be. The trainer Steve Walls is hopeful that he'll be able to go for Saturday. So we'll just have to wait and see how the next day of treatments fare out for him. But he should be fine.
Foot?
Yeah, it's an ankle. Yeah.
Anyone who's on Alex Mutt and his knee?
Alex is having surgery Friday. Alex and Anthony Hill are having surgery on Friday. Anthony Hills is in pretty extensive surgery. I mean, he will have to sit out this year. He'll miss this season with his injury. Alex Mudd is a month-long scope cleanup type process, so he should be good to go by the end of May. So he should be good for summer school, where he'll be able to do all the training.
Mutt's a knee? Or?
A knee, correct.
And with Anthony, it would just be a traditional venture that he has available to him, and we try to bring him back for 13 then?
Correct. That's where we are right now with it, and that's kind of the plan. You know, like you asked about, Corey, I'm optimistic. I'm expecting Corey back right now. I don't expect Anthony Hill back.